welcome to our very first episode of Tea Party Tuesdays, where it may be a Tuesday, but in my world, it's always a tea party. And I have some very, very special guests for our first episode today. It is such an honor to introduce you to the president of Studio Ghibli, Mr. Koji Hoshino. And also in charge of international business for Studio Ghibli, Ms. Mikiko Takeda.
Hello.
Now, Koji and Mikiko, I have to apologize. Kate Middleton was supposed to attend our tea party, and unfortunately, she has to send her regards. Prince George is starting at a new preschool, so she had a parent-teacher conference. But she says hello and sends her regards and hopes she can make it next time. She would love to meet you.
That's so nice of her. Very nice.
I'm honored to have you here at my very first Tea Party Tuesdays, and we have some special treats for the occasion. We have custom donuts, one for Kiki's delivery service, and a soot sprite, and our Princess Mononoke sun mask. Now for our guests watching today, I have the honor of knowing you because we do a merchandise collection for Studio Ghibli at Hot Topic and now Her Universe and Box Lunch, and it's an honor to be working with you. And what made you want to bring Studio Ghibli merchandise to North America?
I think we've always wanted to find an opportunity where we could bring the Studio Ghibli merchandise, but we did not really have a clue where to begin. But luckily, with some coincidence and miracle introduction, that we got to meet you, we got to meet all the friends from Hot Topic and Box Lunch, and we just fell in love with it.
And Mikiko, you're in charge of international business, so you work with licensees all over the world, right?
Yes, so we do not only merchandise, but films, books, music, and exhibitions. Our department does everything outside Japan. So we have a lot of licensees here and there in the world.
So walk us through a day in your life, a day in the life of Studio Ghibli, maybe what you're working on or what some of your favorite things to do, a part of your job.
I think the history of Studio Ghibli really started from the founder, Mr. Hayao Miyazaki, and to this date, he comes in every single day in the morning, and then he comes into the studio and still leads the Studio Ghibli's pulse. Every single day. So that's basically the center of the studio itself.
A lot of people ask me like, so you work for Studio Ghibli, so does that mean, do you ever get to meet Miyazaki-san? And I'm like, yeah, he's walking around every day. You know? So we are in the studio. So we do interact with like artists and like creator people, but then at the same time we do business. So we're the we are the business people. So we have like you said, a normal kind of business work things to do. But then sometimes he comes into the the office and talks, but also the artist also and we mingle and like during lunchtime or at the break or and stuff like that. So we do business, but at the same time in sort of like a creative atmosphere. So, and also the office or studio, it's so comfortable. It's not a tall building, it's like house. I work in the comfortable places with, surrounded with different kind of people.
What's your favorite part about working for Studio Ghibli?
My background before my Studio Ghibli days, I was with the Walt Disney Company for 20 years. So I feel a certain similarity about feeling the sense closeness to the founder, Mr. Walt Disney, or in this case, in our case, Mr. Miyazaki is still live in front of us every day.
Wow. Mikiko, what's your favorite part?
We are the business people, but then we are selling or dealing with the film. Film is art, but the film could be a product, right? So sometimes you treat as of course, the piece of art, but at the same time, it's a business. So it's always challenging, but also fun. We sometimes push too much the art, and then people are not that familiar with or do not understand. But then it's also challenge, but also fun to really explain who we are. And if they understand and we convince them, or they do understand us, that's really the fun part of it,
There's so many fans of animation and anime out there that want to get into the industry, but they're not necessarily an artist. I'm not an artist, but you mentioned the business. What advice do you have for getting into the business of animation?
Looking back, my career As I said, I did not know about Disney, but I ended up working for the Disney company for 20 years. And then I didn't know anything much about the Studio Ghibli, but now this is my 10th year already being a president. So let's not limit yourself with your own kind of a scope of your career plan. Maybe there's always something that sits or find that you beyond your scope of your plan. You know, that's something that I have been fortunate, like Mikiko, I've been very fortunate to have found the Disney life. I have been so fortunate to have found this my life in the Studio Ghibli. So.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you each a question. My favorite Alice in Wonderland quote is, "Why sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." So I want to ask each one of you, what is one impossible thing you are believing today?
I have a strong belief in believing that Mr. Miyazaki will make next feature film. Could be impossible, but I have a strong belief in that.
Oh, well, I will say, believe the impossible. Mikiko?
Okay. I just had a chance to watch a bit of a Princess Mononoke. I just felt like, gee, I want to be Sun, you know, Princess Sun, you know, living out in the, maybe I'm too stressed, I don't know, but then, you know, to have a free, strong, but free and, you know, wonderful kind of life in the wilderness. So that was my kind of wish today.
Well, I think those are great impossible wishes, and I think if you keep on believing it, anything is possible.
Right.
Okay.
Well, thank you for joining me for my tea party today, and thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a curious day.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you
you.
for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.